For a while now, V and I have driven past this very popular hiking trail just off the 15 freeway near Fallbrook. We weren't sure what it was called, but after a little bit of research, we found out it is called Monserate Mountain. This hiking trail is great both for hikers looking for something close and easily accessible, and people hoping to get a great workout. There are several different routes that you can take on this trail, but if you do the route that we did, you can expect a distance of around 4.7 miles and an elevation gain of over 1,380 feet. One thing that is kind of interesting about Monserate Mountain is that in 2013 it was converted into a 9/11 memorial site. There are markers set up every 10 floors that you would have climbed on the former Twin Towers. I was really surprised with how rugged the terrain was here. After seeing it from the freeway, I was kind of expecting it to be all flat fire roads. Instead, what we found is that almost the entire trail, with the exception of the paved parts, is covered in large boulders and rain ruts. At right around 0.8 of a mile, you will come to a very important split in the trail. If you want to do the shorter route, which is only 3.4 miles, you're going to make a left here. We ran into another hiker who is a regular on Monserate Mountain, and she recommended doing the longer loop, so that's what we did. The trail at this point transitions from dirt and boulders to an old, dilapidated paved road. It also heads down a fairly steep hill. The only problem with this is that it pretty much erases all of the elevation gain that you've made to this point. As you can tell, I'm very excited to go back up the hill. Once you reach the top of the second climb, you'll need to go through this gate and make a left. One of the perks of doing the longer route is that as you circle around the mountain, you'll start to get some nice views of some valleys and a couple of farms. After a short downhill to catch your breath, it is a sharp left through a gate and, you guessed it, back to climbing again. Luckily, V had appeared to have caught a second wind and she was charged up and ready to go. One thing that you might want to keep an eye out for on this stretch of road is maintenance vehicles. I'm not sure how often they come through here, but if you like to hike with earbuds in, it's something to definitely keep in mind. The views of the valley that I mentioned earlier seem like they get a whole lot better as you make your way up towards the water tower, so be sure to take a second to enjoy them. As you reach the water tower, you're going to walk towards the sign warning of the locked gate. Don't worry, it may sound threatening, but it is really just a knee-high gate to keep pretty much everything but hikers out of the area. After the gate, you guessed it, you are back to climbing once again. If it is any consolation though, you are only 0.9 of a mile and 400 feet of elevation gain away from the top of Monserate Mountain. And if that wasn't good enough news, you'll have a short section of stairs that will help you chip away at that last little bit of the climb. Your legs are probably going to be on fire by this point, or at least mine were. But don't even think about turning back because you are almost there. And besides, you're almost at the halfway point, so the walk back to the car is pretty much the same distance. It may be mostly downhill if you turn back, but you won't be able to say that you've stood victoriously at the top of Monserate Mountain. When you reach the second split, make a right and you are a small hill away from victory. At the top, you're going to find the American flag flying proudly in the breeze, as well as a sign, because who doesn't love a great summit photo on Instagram? There is also a logbook to prove that you made it, as well as other various items in the box. The tall bushes at the summit do restrict the view a little bit, but you'll have no shortage of nice views as you make your way back down the mountain. There are several sections on both the way up and the way down that are slippery and very steep, so we highly recommend bringing shoes with good traction. Even with our good shoes, we both slipped a couple of times. The way down is pretty simple and straightforward. We did pass a couple of trail markers, but it didn't look like they went anywhere super impressive, so we just stayed on the main trail. If just plain old hiking isn't enough entertainment for you, there are also a bunch of geocaches hidden on Monserate as well. We couldn't help but grab a couple. Soon enough, the trail curved around to the left and dropped us back off at the junction. If you want to burn some serious calories, you can make a left here and do another loop, which we saw several people doing. Or if you're done like we were, you can make a right here and head back to the car. The good thing about this point is you are officially done climbing for the day. As they say, it's all downhill from here. Even though this hike didn't have waterfalls or other types of nature that we typically go hiking for, we still really enjoyed it. Since it's pretty close to us, it's a great spot to go when we want to just get outside and get some elevation gain in. And I wouldn't mind doing it periodically and making it part of our workout regimen. Do you have any hikes like this in Southern California that double as a workout? If so, let us know in the comments below. If you enjoy our adventures, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notified when we make new videos. Check us out on Instagram at @deadadventurelife_official, and for all the information about Monserate Mountain as well as other awesome hikes to do in the Southern California area, head on over to thatadventurelife.com.